Hello, my name is ScottGullen. This is going to be a demonstration for CGT 346. This is the final video clip I'm going to be producing. As you can see, it's a sort of dancing robot hologram. The first step will be to isolate the dancing robot. To do this, we have the green screen image, which has the dancer on it, and a green background. This, of course, was generated using, I believe, the source engine. We're going to be doing a color separation here and choosing the color green. Then we're going to zoom in, see what we can change around the edges. So we're going to add a little bit more green to the subtraction here, and add some more green, and add one more shade of green, and maybe one more. Yeah, that looks about right. Alright, we're going to look up and down here, see if there's any additional spaces that need to be taken out using the chroma key. Up on top here, it looks like there's a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and remove just one more shade of green. Looks pretty light up there. It looks like there's maybe one more here on the side I can take out. Alright. One more time. Okay, well, now his pants are almost transparent. Okay, so I'm going to undo a couple of times. There we go. Then that looks pretty good. And now I'm going to position him so he sort of looks like he's standing on the DJ's board here. Music mixer device. And scale him down a little bit. Adjust it a little bit more. And now we can play it, and we'll see that the green has been removed, and it appears to be in the video. The next section will be on the masking technique. As you can see, we have the hand overlapping the leg. Now I want to take out the hand. To do this, I'm going to make a mask, which basically just involves making a shape. I'm doing this with the pen tool. And I'm going to speed up the video a little bit so we get through it faster. You can adjust the points to make sure it's kind of on the outline of the hand, and not being as accurate as I could be in this demonstration, but in my real video I did the effort of aligning that up very well. And now that I have the basic shape done, I'm going to change the track matte on the object that I would like to have masked over to be an alpha inverted, which is basically going to make the layer above it be a mask. It also made it transparent, so we are no longer seeing the white mask, just the outline. I'm also going to be positioning it so that we can see that it's in fact going through the animation and masking properly. To do this, I'm lining up the position and the rotation nodes. I had to move the center point there. So now we're going back to a point reasonably far and adjusting the rotation and position. And it looks like it's off a little bit, so we're going to adjust it again about halfway between. And now between those nodes, it kind of looks like it's being masked properly. I could, of course, do this more accurately with more time. However, I think this proves the demonstration. The next thing I'm going to do is use color correcting to change the color of the hologram to be blue. First thing, I'm going to select the layer and then go into the color correction drop down menu in the effects. I think I'm going to use Colorama for this. It's going to change the tones pretty dramatically. As you can see right now, it would be sort of like a, I don't know, a heat vision type look, which is kind of the opposite of what I'm going for. But to do what I want, the hologram, I'm just going to change the color output to something with blue in it. And all these have make it look a different way. It could probably make it look like a statue or something, but I went blue, so Caribbean. Caribbean looks good. Now I'm going to go ahead and change the opacity so it looks like you can see through it. That's a little too much, I think, so I'm going to turn it up a little more. That's good, right about there. Also, I think I would like to add a glow effect as well. So I'm going to go in here to the effects and type in glow, find it fast, apply it to that layer. I don't want it to be on top, I actually want it to be behind everything. So I'm going to change that stuff, and there we go. Looks like it's glowing blue now, like a hologram should. And we can play it and see that in fact it is blue, semi-transparent, and glowing blue. The next thing that I'm going to show you will be planar tracking. I've already went into Mocha and selected this region to track. Basically, I'm going to make a projector out of this small screen here on the side, and to do that, I need to track the movement of the camera, which will be best done by tracking this area here. So I've made a track mat to go around that area, and it's going to select that entire plane and actually track that, which is looking very good in terms of camera movement. Yep, it looks like it's staying on there very well. So now I'm going to make a new layer. This is what's going to actually, the shape data that I'm actually going to transfer over to After Effects. Going to change it so that it's no longer actually tracking on that second layer. It's just linked to the previous layer. Then I'm setting the endpoints to be on the inside of here, or the corner points I should say. Make a nice square on the inside of the object that we want. And square out the corners here instead of having the sharp or the curved edges. And as we can see, it's tracking very well. The corner points are staying exactly in all four corners. And that plane is looking pretty well tracked at this point. So I'm going to export the paths to After Effects. Then I'm going to make an object, or solid, and then apply those corner points into the solid. Yeah. Well, wait a minute here. Okay, so I see. I didn't set the track mat. So we're going back in here, and we're going to change the blue tracking area. Yes, there it is, to be in those corners. That's the data that's actually being sent over to After Effects. It's probably just in the way that I chose to export it, but instead of screwing around with it, I think this will be the easiest way. So we're going to export it again, go back in here, new solid, and apply those tracking coordinates. And, yep, gotta put it back at the beginning. There we go, and it is now tracking. When I slow down, it stays exactly on where it should be. the next thing I'm going to show is track marker removal. Since I didn't actually have any track marks in this video, what I'm going to instead do is show how to remove one of these little green buttons and pretend that's a track marker. So to do that, we're going to make a mask over the button. I've already done that previously. And then we're going to set a gradient so it appears as though it is just part of the metal. So there we go. It looks like it's looking pretty good at this point. If we zoom out, we can see that it's pretty indiscernible from the panel there. So then I'm just going to attach that layer to the planar tracking layer, which is actually just going to track the movement of that entire panel. And now as the camera moves around, it is going to move around that object as well, and will make it appear as though one of the green lights is gone. Yep, and playing forward, it definitely looks like it's gone. As the camera moves around, it is staying right where it should be. Thanks for watching my video. We have covered green screens, masking, color correction, planar tracking, and track mark removal.